Welcome back to this week's episode of 704 Outdoors TV. This week we're in Texas and we're getting together with our good friends Kevin Woodley and his son Travis to go check out their range and see if we can't find some monster Texas boars. And you know what? Didn't take long. What's going on, brother? How are you? Good to see you again.
I know it. No.
Yeah, two nights in a weekend.
I know. It's a good day.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I know I talked to Jonathan Lee last night, fell apart for us, so he was like, well, man, you could get back up with Kenneth. He said, you guys are welcome to come back. So.
Absolutely. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, man.
Let's try it.
We had a ball, yeah, so we appreciate it. We'll give it a try with the rain that we had. You know, so we'll see if things changed up.
Yep. Welcome to Texas. We had a little weather change. Went from about 80 to 60 in about 10 minutes today. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it got nice, because I know we went to the rodeo today, and it was actually warm and overcast. Yep. And it had a little bit of rain, and all of a sudden it got cold. And I said, Lord, here we go.
That humidity, I mean, I think Jonathan talked about it last time we came. You get down in that bottom down there, it feels a couple degrees colder than that. There's just something about it down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's hoping they'll get them out of them woods and get them in the open somewhere.
There you go. Well, let's get it done.
Get it. Let's go. Day of my life doing exactly what I hate doing, and that's hunting hard. So, I'll never do that again. So, that was my experience in my goose hunt, one and only.
Lord.
But that y'all's hunt in the peanut field sounded like it made mine sound like I was a wimp.
Oh. So after we got our game plan together, we went ahead and started on one side of the ranch just to make sure that we had the wind right. And as we navigated through, it didn't take long for Kenneth to put his eyes on one. So after he came high-stepping back to the truck, we knew what we had to do. So we navigated around this fence line to get to this boar. And at first, the wind was a little sketchy, but he didn't really seem too bothered by us. So we just kept on inching closer and closer and closer. So as we're trying to stalk up on this boar, he keeps on looking at us. The wind's kind of sketchy, but you know what? He's not really paying us any attention. Every time he looks up, we freeze. We're like, oh, we're busted. And then he starts eating again. So we just kept on going till we could get to a position and send it.
Hey, if it goes somewhere, do I follow it?
Yes, follow it.
All right.
y'all get y'all's timing off or what?
Huh?
Did y'all get y'all's timing off?
Oh man, I said, boom. I said, all right, you ready? And he said, yeah. I said, 3, boom! Oh man.
I don't know what I was thinking.
So needless to say, me and Glenn didn't get the countdown quite right. It was absolutely hilarious, but you know what? We got that big joker. He's on the ground.
Well, looks like our timing was just a touch off.
Just a little.
Yeah, I said, Glenn, you see it? He said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm gonna start the countdown. 3, boom! And I said, oh, boom, boom, and started shooting. But yeah, that's a big pig.
Yeah,
It's big.
Yeah.
Big.
Oh man, when I tell you, Kenneth, he's seen them, and we both seen the pig. He come over here and came back and said, I think it's a pretty good one. And so we're going to come from that side, but he knows his farm. He told us we need to come through this gate, and then we could walk straight to it, and we sure enough did. But
how far you shot think it was?
man, that's tough. I'd probably say
I'd say good.
70, 60, 70 maybe.
60, 70, 80 yards.
Yeah, I don't think it was much more than that, because usually like 100 yards on that reap. Yeah, I got to zoom it in because of the base mag. So I looked at it and I was like, yeah, he's got to be 60, 75. But we got him good. I seen a bunch of hot stuff coming off of him.
I did too. I saw he was not feeling good after the first couple of shots, I promise you.
Dang right.
Where that tower's at, if you pan across there and hit that red light,
Turn the light bulb on.
Exactly.
Well, and that's the thing on some of those scopes. If you get too bright of an IR, everything washes out. But seeing that thing is that having this sniper hog lights on the top, I don't have the predator mount, which you could aim. So that's why I was sitting here like having Travis like hold the IR up.
Right.
Because when you zoomed it in, it was on the ground. You know, heck, 50 yards in front of the pig. I should have put a different mount on it, but
man, the bad thing is that this wind is just rolling around us. We can't catch a break.
no, not at all.
It busted us down there and almost busted us here.
Yeah.
I looked it up on WeatherBug before we left, and I was trying to get the right.
Yeah, you know, we were sitting there at the truck for a minute, and we were like, you know, we kept saying, the wind, we don't feel the wind. We don't feel the wind. And so we were like, all right, well, we don't know. It wasn't until we got in line with the pig that we felt it going straight to the hog. I'll show you guys this funny.
He looks bigger in the coat.
No, that's a good pig.
It's a healthy one.
Yeah.
That's a good shot right there.
Yeah. There you go. You got a white light on it? Here, let me turn. Yeah. That's a good pig. He's got some cutters in his mouth.
He does.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
They got some little cutters in there. Look at there.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah. Nice. Little dude.
Hold on open.
All right. Sweet. I wonder where. So.
I know for sure he was hit at least probably 3 times.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was, because he took off running, and then I let him and shot him, and he dropped his ass. So I knew I hit him somewhere back, right there. I think.
Yeah, I shot him in the shoulder.
Somewhere in here. Yeah. Nah, hell. Look at that. That's a cut. They've been fighting. Look at that. See that?
Yep.
Look at that. He got cut by another pig. Look at those cuts. That's high though, right?
Yeah.
Cut there.
Yeah, but that, look at that. That's
good cut
definitely
right
a
there,
damn cut right there. It's actually got a little infection in it. Look at that.
Yeah, that one does too. It's got this green in it.
Yeah. Damn. I wonder who was whooping on him.
I Oh, there's some bigger ones in here than that, I promise you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll find them tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. Actually, he probably got hit a couple.
I was gonna say right there looks like something
Yeah,
down
right
low.
there. Yeah. He took it like a champ, huh?
Yeah. He was a man for a little while.
Yeah, he was. Oh,
He messed up by letting us find him.
I don't know it. He hung out a little too late. He, like you said, he was kind of skittish at first. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't understand. I was trying to
he
figure.
didn't go for it.
These guys usually are either calm or they're running off.
Yeah.
And this guy just looked and we were getting our stuff and he turned around like he was fixing to bolt and then just stopped and put his head down and started eating again. So
Yeah. So what do you think about that, Kenneth?
that was perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't have worked out no better on that one.
All right.
It worked good.
Pig cooperated and sold the gun, so we're good. As long as those two things go together, we'll be
I'll
successful.
do a little better on my counting next time.
Yeah. I even did it loud,
Maybe
too.
we need to start with one. Instead of
I know.
three, and we're gone.
I don't know what was going on there. Oh, what my mind was thinking.
No, that's what I said. All right, I got to be loud so you can hear me. Are you ready? 3, boom! And he goes, "Oh, sorry, sorry about that."
Maybe he thought he didn't hear one, too. He wouldn't be left behind.
I don't know what. This now on this say 3. Let's do it.
Yes, it's 3.
That's all we need to do. I don't need. I might miss. We'll go to 1.
Dang right. Yeah, thank you again, Rose.
I thank you for coming out.
Second night and a weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. I appreciate you taking us out and your hospitality and everything. And,
Y'all are more than welcome to come anytime and give me a call and we'll make it happen.
I
Again.
hear you. I'm telling you, you guys are going to have a hard time keeping this boy out of Texas, man. I've had an absolute blast since we've been here. We came last year. I think we come, 3 days? We made the trip in 2 or 3 days. We drove up, we hunted, I said, next time we're staying longer.
Yeah.
And then this next time, Jason and John were actually like, you know what, next time if you stay for a week. I was like, well, I said, I guess this trip is going to start getting longer and longer and longer every year.
Yeah,
but,
3 days. 3 days down here that's pretty short.
Yeah. So
To
we
get
did
some,
that
get
was
some
last
good
year.
stuff done here.
Yeah, so that was last year. So this year we're right at, we're at 7 now. And then so we'll go to Louisiana tomorrow. So, but we've had a blast, man. It's been a beautiful country. And
Well, good.
thank you for taking us on the ranch.
No problem. I'm glad you came out and we shot a few pigs and
Yeah, some nice ones. Man, we had that one group. We could have got on that group earlier. The wind got us though.
yeah, it happens. Well, when you're in the river bottom down there and that drop off, man, you don't know where it's going. It swirls on you and it got us tonight, but we did get one. So good spot and stock on that one and
Absolutely.
made it happen.
And so you got to stay pretty steady on all these pigs here for the ranch because they, how bad do they bother the cattle?
Well, a lot of it is hay patches.
Yeah.
And you know how it is when in the pasture sometime and they'll dig holes and cows can step in them and break a leg or you know.
And now you're telling me too, sometimes they'll give calves a hard time when they're first being born, right?
We did. We came up on one and the cow had just had a baby and it was 5 pigs around it.
Trying to kill the baby
It was
calf.
it was bothering the cow and it tried to walk up to the baby calf while we were there.
Right.
And so we walked right up on them and got 3 out of the 5.
Right.
So
Wow.
I'd never seen that before,
Yeah.
messing with other animals like that. But
That's wild.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen it in person.
Yeah,
But I saw it
they'll
that day.
They'll eat anything, so that's for sure. Well, I'm glad we were able to come down here and help you out and have a good time, and I appreciate the hospitality again.
Oh yeah, I thank you.
We'll see you next year for sure.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of 704 Outdoors. We've had an absolute blast with Kenneth. Stay tuned for next week as we are going to give it the last hurrah. Dustin and Teal are going to put it all out there and see if we can't get on a monster boar with the hog dogs before we leave Texas. This is an episode you're not going to want to miss.